I did in fact promise myself I would not do either of the things that I'm about to do. Well, one of them I already did. But I told myself this would all just be too embarrassing to share. And so no matter what, I would never, ever film a book haul video. But a lot has happened in the month of November. One thing has happened in the month of November that has led to a lot of smaller, horrible, not even smaller, just other horrible things, so it can all be under the one big blanket thing. Anyways, yeah, the end result of all of that is that this thing. Yeah, remember when I was like, I can totally catch up. I can totally do that. You know, I only have so many pre-orders and stuff, and yeah. Yeah. So welcome to a book haul video, which is the other thing I promised myself I would not do. I was not supposed to buy more books, and I never wanted to show you just how many books I buy, especially in a panic. But here we are. All of these are from, that's how many books I have on order, I can't even tell you, are from England, the UK. And they're all ones that I have tried very hard to get over here for months, or else I like the cover way better over there. I can probably show you some of the cover. Anyways, we'll get to it. So let's dive right in. I was hoping this one would be first. So this is the sequel to 16 Souls, which I loved. I mean, I didn't love it. Let's be real. I thought it was incredibly good. Like 10 out of 10 stars. So impressive. But I was like, yeah, okay, that was a book. But I couldn't stop thinking about the setting and how well it was described. And it's set in York, in England. And the ghosts are the actual ghosts of York. I literally was watching like someone's ghost tour in the middle of a pandemic, like 2020 video on YouTube. Really bad camera quality, but it made me feel what I wanted to feel. So I said, forget it. You cannot get the sequel over here. It's been almost a year. I'm just gonna buy it. This was really the reason we did any of this. And I'm obsessed. Like, you can even recognize, like, that's the York Minster, the Shambles. And if you have never bought a book from England, if you've never experienced a book published across the pond, they smell different. And it's beautiful. That wasn't weird. Genuinely, if you smell them, you'll get it. It's just like, and then the whole bookstore over there smells like it. And then you're just like, and then it just brings back so many nice memories of over there and all of that. Oh, speak of the devil. 8 Ghosts. This one doesn't smell as nice. It's different paper. But this is the English Heritage. So they have so many historic sites over in England, so many, that for each of them to be like independently owned would just like not work as a business model. So a lot of them are under, there's either National Heritage or English Heritage. I think National Trust and English Heritage. And English Heritage asked a bunch of ghost writers, famous like horror writers, to write some books. I hate it when they arrive like not perfect. It's okay. They came a long way. Anyways, and they asked some famous writers to write ghost stories set in actual English heritage sites that you can go and visit. They do not say which ones they are on the first page, but that's okay. I'm very excited. I love a good ghost story. So I wanted this one when I was living in England and I never bought it, so I just finally did. And I did pay a tiny bit extra for the hardcover. Me? Why do they make it so difficult? I want to get to my books. Oh boy, this is going to be a moment. These are much more. Ooh, okay, so this is a new release. This one was an impulse. This was an impulse buy. Miss Beaton's Murder Agency. It just looked wonderful. I bought it, and then I saw one of my Bookstagram mutuals, we follow each other, read it and loved it. And so I'm very excited. Got the smell. And it caught my eye both because it just looks so cute, but Miss Beaton's Christmas annual or something like that was where the first Sherlock Holmes story was ever published. And so this is about her, one of Miss Beaton's relative. Yeah, a distant relative of the famous Mrs. Beaton, Alice had once envisioned a perfect household of her own. Instead, she resides in a pristine flat in a rather shabby Kensington block with Agatha, her brilliant, if overly protective, Corgi Jack Russell mix. And she runs the Good Household Management Agency. So she like hires out maids and stuff, and then one of them dies, and then she's like, screw that, I'm gonna go investigate this because the working class deserve justice. So, and she just sounds delightful. I would also like to add, this is, I don't think all of them. I think I still have more incoming in the mail. I mean, other than the other pre-orders I already had. D is for Death. This is another fluffy, fun murder. Yeah, murder can be fluffy and fun. This was recommended by Miranda. I'm blanking on the rest of her name. I'm gonna get it. Nope. But Miranda, my girl Miranda. I'll have to like link her or something. But she just said it's great. 1935. Dora Wildwood is escaping a most unsuitable marriage. She's on the first train to London, having smuggled herself out of the house at the dead of night. Instantly sold. I'm here for that. It smells good. Next. This is like Christmas, isn't it? Okay, this was another one recommended by Miranda. These are coming out in like the perfect order. Lissa Evans. I already have a book by her that I haven't read. What are you gonna do? She's very famous for like World War II books or like inter-World War books. The one I have is about a suffragette who like once they get the vote, she'd like devoted her whole life to this. She's like, what do I do with myself now? And that was one actually that I had seen repeatedly when I was living in England in 2019. And I never bought it. And I came home and I tried to get it and I couldn't. And so the next time I went over there, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to buy this immediately. Okay, great. But so this one is supposed to be like post-World War II. This man's whole family has died. So he's like the only one left in line to take over this really bad, falling apart estate. I think it's going to be. And it also compares to Woodhouse. PG, is it PG Woodhouse? PD Woodhouse? No, PG Woodhouse. I can't read it from here. I think it's PG. Anyways, should be a laugh, should be fun. I'm also really vibing with World War II at the moment of just people going through really hard times. World War II and the suffragettes. I think that's going to be the mood for the next, who knows, 4 years at least. And last, but I still don't think last because I'm going to have to count. I really don't know. But this one is also the reason. The first one was why I placed the order, but this one was why I was like, I have to place the order now. It has been so difficult to find new Sherlock Holmes books. There is a new Bonnie McBird. I'll have to get into all of my... I have all these plans for videos to be recorded. So I'm going to introduce you to which Sherlock Holmes stories to start with. I want to introduce you to which Sherlock Holmes stories by other authors to start with that I really love, etc. And Bonnie McBird is on that list. So I really got to do this so I can start referencing things that you people can know. But anyways, she's got a new book coming out. The author of Enola Holmes, Nancy Springer, she's still writing some, although I still haven't read the last one for Enola Holmes, if you know her from her Netflix movie. But other than the two of them, and Laurie King? Oh my god, I don't even know Laurie King, she's my favorite ever, whose name I just blanked on. She has another one coming out, but full confession, and again, I have a separate video on this about like the good and the bad and the ugly of sequels. The last book in the series kind of gave me the ick. And so I'm really cautious about this new one coming out. And I loved the one before that and the one before that. Not necessarily the one before that, but anyways. So I was over the moon to find a new Sherlock Holmes book by a new author too. This author is famous for this book called The Turnglass, which is on my list of books to hunt down when they do the Christmas discounts and sales, because The Turnglass is a book where you read half of it this way, right? So you read it like normal, and then you get to the middle, then you flip it over, and you read it the other way, and it apparently, like, I don't actually know what it's about or what it does, but it sounds cool. And this is this author's next book. I don't even, again, it just says it's my guy. Oh, and it has the Conan Doyle estate endorsement. I gotta make a whole video on the Conan Doyle estate because they are insane. I gotta add that to my list. I was focusing on making videos in a timely manner, in a thematic manner, but I think we're just gonna have to roll with it. I think we're just gonna post whenever, and I think we're just gonna start going for it, which is why I made this one, because I was like, I have all these books that just arrived today, and I'm very excited, and I wanted to share opening them because they make me happy, and I hope they make you happy. My happiness makes you happy. Also, if you needed a sign to go treat yourself because of things and feelings that you're feeling now, go treat yourself. And if you have reading goals for the year, who cares? All of that, we don't need to worry about that anymore. It's fine. Let it go.